When the old heads talk about how the NFL today is soft, this is a perfect example. We just don't have people who are willing to poop their pants in the middle of the game to get a competitive advantage.
All right, Mike, probably one of the most inflammatory posts I've seen on Reddit in a while. It was the FanDuel all too early rankings for the quarterbacks for 2024. Not only did it have some just ridiculous rankings themselves, but then it also had some pretty interesting assumptions made for the draft picks. Most notably, Penix to the Broncos.
Yeah, you know what, Dirk? It kind of depends on where he gets picked, but I actually am not a big naysayer on this scenario. If, in theory, Penix is falling into like the second round somewhere, it might mean that Denver is trading up a little bit in that round. But for me personally, the ideal Broncos draft, the best draft Denver could possibly have, is everyone goes offensive crazy in the first 12 picks, and Denver gets a chance to pick Jared Verse or even Dallas Turner at 12. You get like a game-changing top 5 defensive player with the 12th pick.
Yeah.
And then in the second round, you go get your quarterback, who I still think is very good. Now, this is not a Broncos draft segment, Dirk. Let's go back to this one. We have several guys who have never played a snap of football who are cracking high positions. I mean, you've got Caleb Williams already at 12th. What do you think about that, Dirk? Is it a little preemptive to put him all the way up there already?
I don't see him cracking the top 15, and I think that's just way overhyped. At the same time, Mike, what type of mad disrespect is it to have Will Levis as the last ranked QB in all of football right now? I mean, You're saying he's worse than Daniel Jones? Or worse than Bryce Young? Come on!
It's a little bit questionable. I mean, I think that Levis showed some really good promise. He also had some really bad moments too. So I'm not gonna crown Will Levis as like anything yet, but he's still pure raw potential. I don't know that you could watch Daniel Jones' season last year and possibly not have him at the very bottom of that list. Granted, it was a very brief season. It's just a weird list to compile, Dirk, because there's so many guys who we don't really know where they're going to be. You have no idea where Russell Wilson is going to be. You don't know where Justin Fields is going to be. Aaron Rodgers is still ranked up pretty highly, but he's in his 40s now, coming off an Achilles tendon tear, so there's a huge variable on that.
The fact that Derek Carr is as low as he is mad disrespectful too. And then also, Brock Purdy out of the top 15. Okay.
And I don't know how you could watch the Super Bowl and say that he's not a top 15 guy. I mean, he was playing against the defense that shut down pretty much everyone, and he played a decent game.
And then the one that we've gotten the most hate from.
Yeah.
Somehow Miami fans hate us. But Tua. Right outside of the fifth, he was like number 18, I believe, ranked on that list. He had the most passing yards last season. How he's not higher? I mean, love him, hate him, and say it's all Tyreek Hill. Don't care. He's still in the top 15. I don't know what you're talking about. You cannot rank Jordan Love over Tua. That's wild. And you can't also put the likes of Kirk Cousins over Tua. Just can't.
It's a little bit questionable on that one. Tua took a tumble in the old rankings. He was an MVP guy until Buford Sports Network got a hold of him, and then we took Tua down. So don't ever come on Buford Sports Network, or else you're going to go downhill. We did it for Trevor Lawrence, too. You see him falling down. I'm still pretty convinced Lawrence is going to make a huge leap and come back next year and be very good. I still see all of the potential. I see him on course with a Peyton Manning type guy who struggled at times his first 3 years. But we will see. There are reasons to be a little concerned if you're a Jaguars fan. I just think Lawrence got so banged up at the end of the year, and that was a big part of the reason they ended up missing the playoffs.
Dude, just like, let's just call it as it is. If Doug Peterson can make Nick Foles a Super Bowl winning quarterback, he can make Trevor Lawrence a Super Bowl winning quarterback. It's going to happen in the next 2 years. Jaguars, all too early Super Bowl call here in the next 2 years.
There's an update on this too, Dirk. I mean, this CM Punk curse got switched very much around.
Yeah, it's gone.
Lawrence got banged up, but the season ended, and meanwhile, CM Punk ended up getting badly injured like 2 months into his
That's why you see J Punk now. CJ meaning injured Punk.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to let that one fly. But yes, the CM Punk curse, I believe, is lifted.
Yeah.
The Khan family are flying back. They're Phoenix rising. Beware the Jags next year. That's all I'm saying.